As we go later in the day with more heating and the fact that that cold front will eventually get close enough to add a few showers to the thunderstorm, at least in our neck of the woods. But for right now, everything seems to be on the outside. Now, that being said, there are some cumulus popping up, enough to be registered on the max track. And I don't think a lot of that is making it down to the ground just yet. But just give it time, and we will see more of what's happening up near Carroll County and then portions out towards Bowling Green with some heavier downpours at this point. You can see how it's crossing over the county line into Owen. It's going to likely bring some heavy rain down that way, but that's kind of a line that also stretches out on the other side of the Ohio River into southeastern Indiana. And then further south, we have one little flare-up that's kind of hanging out, just crossing from Casey into Lincoln County, but really, once again, I don't think much of that is actually going to make it. It's a little bit of a Virga shower, so you'll see the rain falling, but then it kind of disappears halfway down. The rain that's moving into Cleveland, that's from the low that we had throughout the day yesterday, and eventually got those showers and thunderstorms going. But now we look in the upstream direction, and this is our next feature. It's a cold front. Not going to quite make it to us just yet. It's got another few hours to go, but at least by the time it gets to the areas just off to our west, hitting the western counties, we should see at least a little bit of activity coming in later on this evening. And then tomorrow, throughout the overnight and throughout the day tomorrow, a little bit more widespread in those showers because of the fact that the cold front is passing, moving overhead, and finally starting to bring in the better chance for rain that we will see this week. But that being said, there will still be some decent thunderstorm activity throughout the day today, mainly to our south and west. Tomorrow, cold front passes, high pressure behind it, not enough and certainly not strong enough to keep the clouds away, and certainly not strong enough to keep a few isolated showers or thunderstorms away. But it will bring in cooler and drier air. It is going to be a stronger cold front than what we normally see this time of the year. So that's going to help kind of cool things down, bring things back to an even keel, because we've been running hot and humid for a few days, so this is going to be kind of a breakup in that pattern. So by the time we get to the evening, you see how that complex of showers and thunderstorms still hanging out in the western county. Some of that is going to try to make it towards us, and then it will continue to do so overnight tonight, throughout the day tomorrow. Isolated pop-ups, especially with the heating of the day. Cold front passes. We lose a little bit of the cloud coverage before gaining it back, and then another couple of isolated showers going into Wednesday afternoon. Bulk of the rainfall will be in our southwest, but there would still be anywhere between a few tenths of an inch and up to about a half of an inch of rainfall, which is good. We need it. We've certainly been running dry over the last few days, really the entire month. We've been below where we should be. Temperatures up to the mid 80s, so still hot, still humid. That late day chance for thunderstorms after a pretty nice afternoon, but just be aware it is a pretty warm one out there. And then overnight tonight really doesn't cool down all that much. We only get to the upper 60s. Warm and muggy with those thunder showers really starting to move in at that point. So once again, tomorrow your best chance for rain as the front slides through. Doing its job, taking temperatures down, low 80s, upper 70s for a few days. More importantly, the dew point temperature dropping so it's more comfortable. Thursday promises to be an absolutely wonderful day. Of course, there's still a 20% chance for an isolated pop-up, and that's kind of going to be the trend going forward from there. There will be a daily rain chance, mostly the isolated pop-up shower and thunderstorm variety from the heating of the day, and it will certainly get hot again. We'll be back in the mid to upper 80s towards the weekend with that dew point temperature starting to skyrocket, so a lot more summer to go as we get into the weekend.